Former Stanford sailing coach gets 1 day in prison in college cheating scandal. Breaking news. Boston U. Stanford University's former sailing coach avoided significant prison time and was sentenced to just 1 day behind bars on Wednesday for his role in a massive college admissions scandal. John Vandemore was the first person to be sentenced in the sweeping corruption scandal that exposed the sophisticated network of college admissions ringleader William Rick Singer, who helped children of well-heeled clients cheat their way into elite universities. The scandal netted Oscar-nominated actress Felicity Huffman in full. Before Wednesday, Vandemore had already to 1 count of racketeering conspiracy for accepting $770,000 in bribes on behalf of the school's sailing program. U.S. District Court Judge Rhea W. Zob sided with defense lawyers who said their client should not get more than the 1 day, which the judge dismissed as time served. The government had in court on Wednesday. Vandemore's voice choked with emotion as apologized for his actions. Vandemore accepted 3 separate bribes of $500,000, $110,000 and $160,000 between fall 2016 and October 2018 on behalf of the Stanford sailing program to falsely represent that 3 clients of Singer's were elite sailors and thus deserving of special admission to the private school, according to court documents. Recruited athletes generally receive much more favorable consideration, even at elite campuses like Stanford. The defense asked for leniency, arguing that the money Vandemore received didn't go into his pocket, but instead went to a fund that supported Stanford's sailing program. And in court on Wednesday, Fisher reiterated that his client wasn't motivated by personal monetary gain. Of the 3 students whose parents tried to bribe their way into Stanford, none of them actually benefited from Singer and Vandemore's scheme. The first one's fake sailing application came too late in the recruiting season and the next 2 opted to go to Brown University and Vanderbilt University, despite Vandemore's help. Vandemore was fired by Stanford on March 12, hours after federal prosecutors unsealed indictments. Although the scandal gained international headlines when Lachlan and Huffman were indicted. Lachlan and her husband, fashion designer Massimo Giannulli, have pleaded not guilty to charges that they paid $500,000 to help the University of Southern California has vowed to take a closer look at its admissions policies in the scandal's wake. Huffman has already pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services mail fraud. Prosecutors said. Ezra Kaplan reported from Boston and David K. Lee from New York.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.